G'day friends. Now, sometimes people ask me, why is Hashgraph patented? Why is Hashgraph patented? You know, Bitcoin's not patented, it is open source. It means anybody can, you know, take the code and make their own blockchain-based coin. And they can call it whatever they want, and they can do with it whatever they want, so to speak. Why is Hashgraph patented? Well, you know, you've got to realise that there's a thing called property in the real world. You know, if someone works to produce something, you know, they think about it and they make it happen, that is their property. It's something that they own. You know, we're not living in, you know, communist Russia or China here, although it's getting that way with some of these people who believe that, you know, you shouldn't own something that you produce and create. You know, why is it patented? You know, like the guy invented it and owns the idea. It's his idea. Now, they make a non sequitur argument. Oh, if it was patented, if it wasn't patented, well, he couldn't shut it down, and, you know, because it's patented, he could do something bad. No, the reason he's patenting the idea is that other people are bad, and other people could steal his idea. You can't just non sequitur the reason he's patenting it because he is an evil person and he wants to do the wrong thing. He's patenting it because it's his property. He thought of it. Now, there are other big reasons why it's patented also, and one of those is for stabilization. So with these decentralized ledgers, if you're looking for mass adoption, which is basically taking power away from the established banking system and advertising and big tech monopolies like Google and Facebook, if you are looking to do that, well, what you need is what's called stabilization, where the industrial enterprises have to trust that what they build on isn't going to fork and it isn't going to separate. Now, it just so happens that Hashgraph is the perfect algorithm to, you know, for a consensus algorithm, and you might not believe that, but you'll get to know that if you look into it, that it's actually like inventing the wheel of the internet. It's like he's clocked the internet. You can't get consensus online, okay, remotely, with less information than what the Hashgraph algorithm communicates with. Like he just theoretically, he's reached the theoretical limit of the mathematics that say that you can't get consensus with a less amount of information, which means a less amount of bandwidth, which means the most amount of speed. And while doing that, it's not just any consensus, it's asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerant consensus, which means it's 100% math proof consensus, which means it's legal transaction confirmation in a court of law, right? Where you could go to court and say, yes, I did this transaction at this time, and there's a timestamp which is confirmed. He's literally had to invent the most accurate clock for the internet, because all the transactions are time-stamped. So part of the software is getting all the clocks that exist on everyone's computer in the network and finding the mean time. So it's in effect the most accurate clock on the internet, which is just a incidental, but he still invented the most accurate clock on the internet, because not everybody's clock on their computer is exactly the same. So what happens if you're playing a game where there's money involved, or you're on an online auction, or you're doing something or other, and then your time is behind someone else's time on their PC, and you click the button, but it registers as the wrong time. It's not time sensitive. So he's had to invent a clock, right? So everybody's on the same time. So whoever pushes the button first, that's who gets the the coin in the game, or the auction that they've just auctioned, or there's a stock market application. Whoever pushes the button first, that's the one who gets it. That's what he's invented. Okay, that's all part of the patent. So why should he give it away and or really put it at risk from bad actors coming along and stealing the stuff and trying to do it, make another, like it's a patented property. So the irony is that these Bitcoiners that are complaining about this, they don't realize that their blockchain was invented by the NSA, which they can control too. Doesn't have to be owned in the patent. They don't really go by those rules anyway, so it's kind of interesting. You've got an actual spook agency creating the foundation of blockchain, and they're fine with that. But the minute someone out of the private world comes and invents something and patents it because it's his property, they freak out, because I don't know, maybe it's some sort of a communist spirit or something, but it's just an excuse for what I was talking about on the last video. They just want to justify their position, and they don't even want to look into something that can rock their situation, because they've put their hopes and dreams in Bitcoin, and they're going to hodl because that's what they're been brainwashed to do. So we'll see what happens in the next 6 to 12 months. When all the central banks of the world and all the banks of the world adopt the Hashgraph system for their central bank digital currencies, and all the credit unions, and basically, there's a major industrial uptake of the Hashgraph algorithm, because it is just the superior system to the old server-based system, and certainly a superior system to blockchain, which hasn't really had much industrial use whatsoever in the last 10 years. Like, no industry wants it because it doesn't work. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but just another little aspect to what's happening, and a bit of a rebuttal against some of these Bitcoiners who want to defend their position. But as little ideas come to me about this thing, I'll make quick videos, and until next time then, peace to you all.